Hello, boys and girls. Some of you may already know me. If not, my name is Miss Gosnell. I am an elementary math liaison, also known as a math coach. I have some friends that are also math coaches. Their names are Mrs. Allen and Mrs. McKee. Some of you also know them as well. We love working with students and learning about math. I'm super excited about our lesson today. Going to be talking to you about some math vocabulary words, doing some fun mental math activities, and also showing you how to play the game Salute. And when we play Salute to practice addition facts using math cards. And if you notice the students in this picture, look at the card that's on their forehead. Maybe you've played Salute or you remember Salute from previous grade. All right, let's get started. I want to start with something I love going in the classrooms and starting off with, and that's mental math. I love doing this to get our brains warmed up. So we are going to begin by doing a few mental math problems together. Remember, mental math is math we do in our heads. No pencil, no paper, no whiteboard. All right, let's get started. Clue number 1. I want you to start with the number of legs and tails on a fox. So picture a fox in your mind. How many legs and tails are on a fox? Keep that number in your head. You're going to need that number. Keep that number in your head. Your next clue, you're going to add the number of toes you have. So add the number of toes you have. You're going to add that number to the number of legs and tails on a fox. So let's start again. You're going to start with the number of legs and tails on a fox. That number that's in your head, you're now going to add that to the number of toes you have. Do you have a number in mind? Show the answer using tally marks. Right? If you are watching this from home, you might whisper this answer to someone around you. Let's see how you did. The answer is, ta-da! 15. Now let's make sure that we have 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this shows us one group of 5. And I see we have another group of 5. So 5 plus 5 equals 10. And I have one more group of 5. So 5, 10, 15. If you did not have 15, let's go back and let's talk about how we came up with 15. Start with the number of legs and tails on a fox. Well, I know that a fox has 4 legs and 1 tail. So 4 plus 1 equals 5. So I have that number 5 in my head. The next clue says add the number of toes you have. Well, I know that I have 5 toes on one foot, 5 toes on another foot. 5 plus 5 is 10. So I have to go back and add the number of legs and tails on a fox, which is 5, and then add the number of toes you have. That's 10. 5 plus 10 equals 15. Great job. Let's try another one. Start with the number of days in 1 week. Well, let's talk about what that means, days in 1 week. It's not talking about a school week. It's talking about during the week plus the weekend. So think about how many total days are in one full week. Keep that number in your head. Subtract. So now we're going to subtract the number of legs on your chair. I know that different chairs might have different amounts of legs. So let's pretend like this is a student chair in a classroom, or a student chair in a classroom. So you're going to start with the number of days in 1 week, and now you're going to subtract or take away the number of legs on your chair, let's say in a classroom. All right, do you have a number in your head? Show the answer using your fingers. Let's see if you had this one correct. The correct answer is, ta-da! 1, 2, 3. If you came up with 3, give yourself a pat on the back. And everyone else, you did a great job trying. Let's go back and let's talk about how we came up with 3. Start with the number of days in 1 week. Well, I know that there are 7 days in 1 week. So that 7 is in my mind. I'm going to subtract or take away the number of legs on your chair. Well, I know that there are 4 legs on my chair. So 7 minus 4 equals 3. So 3 is the correct answer. Great job, boys and girls. Something else I love doing going into classrooms is after mental math, I love talking about math vocabulary words and reviewing. So we're going to talk about 3 words that maybe you remember from last year. So do you remember the following words? Let's look at the first word. The first word is sum. Sum. Do you remember what the word sum means? Think about that word. Our next word we're going to talk about today, add-ins. Add-ins. And when I look at that word add-ins, I see at the beginning of add-ins that word add. I bet that's a big clue. And our last word we're going to talk about, difference. Difference. Do you remember what the word difference means? Maybe you remember hearing it, but you just can't seem to remember. That's why we review. Sum, add-ins, difference. Let's see how you did. Sum. Sum is the answer to an addition problem. For example, 3 plus 4 equals 7. 7 is the sum. The sum is the answer to an addition problem. 3 plus 4 equals 7. 7 is the sum. Maybe you remember that one. Add-ins. An add-in is any number to form a sum. For example, 3 plus 4 equals 7. The 3 and the 4 are the add-ins. The 3 and the 4 are the add-ins. So again, an add-in is any number to form a sum. Last word, the difference. The difference is the answer to a subtraction problem. The answer to a subtraction problem. For example, 7 minus 4 equals 3. 3 is the difference. So that was the example from our mental math. The number of days in a week, and we subtracted the number of legs on a chair, and we came up with 3. 3 is what we call the difference. Great job, boys and girls. These are words that we will talk about a lot this school year. All right, today's lesson, we're going to be focused on 2 of those words that we just talked about. Add-ins and sums. Add-ins and sums. So let's go ahead and watch the video for extra practice.
Add-ins. What are add-ins? Add-ins are the numbers added together in an addition problem. So in this equation, 75 and 25 are add-ins. In this equation, 4 and 3 are the add-ins. In this equation, 9 and 14 are the add-ins. In this equation, 9 plus 14 equals 23. 9 and 14 are the add-ins. In this equation, 3 plus 2 equals 5. The add-ins are 3 and 2. In this equation, 5 plus 3 plus 2 equals 10. 5, 3, and 2 are all add-ins because those are the numbers that we are adding together. Remember, what's an add-in? An add-in or the add-ins are the numbers added together to form a sum. 7 and 8 are the add-ins in this equation.
All right, so just a little extra practice for those words, add-ins and sums. All right, today I want to read a book to you called 12 Ways to Get to 11. I love reading this book to second graders. I think it's a fun book, plus we do math because even though it's a book, we can have math in books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Where's 11? Uh-oh, we've lost 11. We need to find 11. Pick up 9 pine cones from the forest floor and 2 acorns. So let's count the pine cones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 pine cones and 1, 2 acorns. Well, I want to know if you can make a number model. And maybe you've heard a number sentence. Number model, number sentence, and equation. All of those words mean the same thing. So a number model, a number sentence, an equation. Okay, so to have a number model, a number sentence, an equation, we must have add-ins and an equal sign with an answer. So our sum in this case for this picture. So let's do a number model. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 2 equals 11. So we have add-ins, we have our equals, and then we have our sum. So that is an example of a number model, number sentence, equation. Let's try another one. At the circus, we have 6 peanut shells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 5 pieces of popcorn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. can you come up with a number model, number sentence, equation for this picture? Let's do one together. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals 11. 6 plus 5 equals 11. Now, we could say 5 plus 6 equals 11 because I know you know those turnaround facts. Oh, I think we're going to have more than 2 add-ins for our number sentence for this one. Out of the magician's hat, 4 banners. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 rabbits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A pitcher of water and a bouquet of flowers. Ooh, this one's a little tougher. Let's see if you can come up with a number model, a number sentence, an equation. One example would be 4 banners, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So we would have 4 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 plus 5 plus 1 equals 11. So let's check that. 4 plus 5 equals 9 plus 1 equals 10 plus 1 more equals 11. Great job. Ooh, it looks like we have quite a few add-ins for this one. Go past 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 traffic lights. 1, 2. Then pass the house with 2, 1, 2 chimneys. And the garage with 2, 1, 2 cars. And 1 bicycle. Now look, you're at 11th Street. Can you come up with a number model, number sentence, an equation for this picture? An example would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 equals 11. Let's check that. 4 plus 2 equals 6 plus 2 more equals 8 plus 2 more equals 10 plus 1 more giving us the sum 11. Great job. Look at the apple. So this apple, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bites. 1 core, 1 stem, and 3 apple seeds. Can you think of the number model? One example would be 6 plus 1 plus 1 plus 3 equals 11. So let's check our answer. 6 plus 1 equals 7 plus 1 equals 8 plus 3 more equals 11. Excellent job. Now remember, the great thing about math, there's always more than one way to come up with an answer. So maybe you did not think 6 plus 1 plus 1 plus 3. Maybe you used your higher numbers and you started with 6 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1. You still came up with the same answer. Oh, look at this boat. This is always one of my favorites. On the boat, there are two masts. One big and one small sail. 4 life preservers. 1 flag, 1 ladder, 1 anchor. Can you come up with a number model? Let's do one for an example. 2 masts, so we'd have 2, plus a big and a little sail, so plus 2 sails. So 2 plus 2 plus 4 life preservers plus 1 flag, 1 ladder, 1 anchor. So 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 4, because we know our doubles, is 8. 9, 10, 11. Great job. This is always one of my favorite pictures also. I love the turtles. 3 turtles sleeping. So we have 1, 2, 3 turtles. 2 frogs swimming. 1 lily pad. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dragonflies darting on top of the pond. How would you do a number model for this page? One example would be 1, 2, 3. So 3 plus 2. We know 3 plus 2 is 5. Plus the lily pad is 6. Plus 5 dragonflies. So 6 plus 5 would equal 11. Now remember, I said the great thing about math, there's more than one way to come up with an answer. So maybe some of you wanted to put the turtle and the frogs together, and that would equal 5. And since you know your doubles, you know 5 plus 5, the dragonflies, would give us 10. And then 1 more lily pad would equal 11. And boys and girls, there are some additional pages in this book. So if you would like to hit the pause button and look at the pages and try to figure out and practice more model numbers, sentences, and number models, equations, you may. So I left a few for you to figure out on your own. So I hope you enjoyed this book. It's always a fun book for me to share, and all the pictures. So we were working on our add-ins and our sums, number sentence, number model, and equations. Great job. The next thing we're going to talk about is a game that we love going to second grade and playing with in classrooms, and that's called I Have, Who Has. And with I Have, Who Has, you really, really have to listen and be focused and pay attention, because every single person will be involved in this game. So I have an example of how we play this game. Now, our edition of how to play I Have, Who Has to do with addition facts. So it helps us practice our facts. But here's an example of how you play the game. They're just playing it not with addition facts. So let's watch and listen.
I have, who has. Today, you're going to play a game and review material with your classmates. Before class, your teacher made some I have, who has cards, and you are going to get one of them. First, look at your card. At the top, it says I have, followed by something you learned in class. At the bottom, it says who has, followed by something else you learned in class. Next, your teacher will pick one person to start. That person will read his or her question out loud.
Who has one?
While your friend is reading, look at your card. If you have the answer, then read your card out loud.
I have Uno.
Continue the game by reading the rest of your card.
Who has 8?
Someone else in the class will have your answer. That person will then read his or her card out loud, and another student will respond. Continue playing the game until all of the students in the class have read their cards and you've made it back to the person who started. You can play the game with a timer to see if you can work together to get the fastest time in school. I have, who has.
So that's one example of I have, who has. Now I will share another example. And what's great about this game is every time you do this, you can write down your time, like the video suggested, and then each time you play it, try to decrease or lower your time. Because the better you practice, the lower your time should be. So let's watch one more video for I have, who has.
I have start. Who has 3?
I have 3. Who has 12? I have 12. Who has 10? I have 10. Who has 5? I have 5. Who has 8? I have 8. Who has 19? I have 19. Who has 15? I have 15. Who has 2? I have 2. Who has 13? I have 13. Who has 9? I have 9. Who has 7? I have 7. Who has 8? I have 18. Who has 4? I have 4. Who has 17? I have 17. Who has 11? I have 11. Who has 1? I have 1. Who has 20? I have 20. Who has 6? I have 6. Who has 14? I have 14. Who has 16? I have 16. Who has 0? I have 0. Who has 21? I have 21. Who has 29? I have 29. Who has 23? I have 23. Who has 22? I have 22. Who has 27? I have 27. Who has 24? I have 24. Who has 30? I have 30. Who has 28? I have 28. Who has 26? I have 26. Who has 25? I have 25. Finish.
All right, I hope that gives you a better understanding of how to play. So hopefully this school year, we will be able to play some I have, who has. It's a really fun game. Speaking of game, it's just about time to talk about salute. But first, we have to talk about rules for playing games. All right, number 1, cooperate with others. We have to be a good buddy. We have to be a good friend. We have to make sure that we're sharing, taking turns, getting along. So make sure that you are being a good buddy and that you are able to work nicely with others. Rule number 2, keep voices low. All right. If you're in the classroom, you don't want to disturb other groups when they're trying to play and learn their game. And if you're playing games at home, you still want to keep your voices low because you don't want to disturb or distract anyone in your household. So whenever you're playing a game, try to keep your voices low. Rule number 3, treat materials as tools, not as toys. All right, so you want to take good care of your materials. All right, because you want to be able to use and play the game over and over. And the only way you will be able to do that is if you are taking care of the materials. Rule number 4, after playing, Put the game materials where they belong. You do not want to just leave a mess. You want to make sure you clean up and you pick up and you put everything nicely back where it belongs. Okay, so make sure you pick up and clean up after yourself. That's your job, no one else's job, but your job. And the last one, this one's important. Try to settle problems quietly within your group. If you and someone else, if you're having a little disagreement, try to work it out quietly and nicely with one another. Talk things out, work through it, but try to be nice to one another and compromise. All right, boys and girls, after going through the rules, I think it's time for us to talk about our game today. Salute. So the key to salute is to be able to figure out your add-in. Ooh, there's that word that we worked on earlier. So you will have to figure out your add-in. The number of players, we have 3 players, and you're using number cards 0 through 10. Okay. I have a video for us to watch together to better help you understand how to play the game Salute. This is a great game. This is one of my favorites. So let's watch and listen.
3.
Hi, boys and girls. I'm Mrs. McKee.
And I'm Mrs. Allen. And I'm Miss Gosnell.
And we are the Math Liaisons. Today, we're going to teach you a game called Salute. You need a deck of cards and 3 people to play Salute. So when you take your deck of cards out, we're only going to play 0 through 10 today. And we're playing Addition Salute. And so I have other cards in here that are larger than 10. So very quickly, while Miss Gosnell and Miss Allen watches, they're going to make sure I take out all of the cards that I don't need. So anything larger than 10, I'm putting in a separate pile. And I can do this rather quickly, especially when I have 2 other helpers helping me, because we want to get to the game as fast as we can. All right.
And you have this deck in your game kit that you got sent home with you. So you'll have a deck of cards yourself so you can play this game.
Okay. Take all the cards that are larger than 10, and we're just going to set that to the side for right now. So, in Salute, you have one person that is the sum master, which the sum is the answer to an addition problem. I'm going to start off, and I'm going to be the sum master. The other 2 people in the game will be the add-ins. They will hold up 2 cards and salute them above their head. Like when you salute, they're going to salute the cards. So we're going to take the pile of cards and we're going to put them in the middle. There's no one needs to hold the cards. They stay right there. Okay. Now, when the 2 people that salute pick up their card, they do not want to look at their card. So it's kind of tricky, because you want to pick up a card like this right away and you see it. If you look at it, just put it at the bottom of the deck, no big deal. But if you take the card from the top and you just take it up over your head like this, I did not look at it. But again, if I accidentally look at it, I'll just put it back here. So we're going to have Miss Gosnell and Miss Allen show you and practice how to pick up the card and salute it up above your head. And they will show you the number of their card, but they will not look at their number, but they'll be able to see each other's. And I'm going to tell them the sum. I'm going to add them both together, and then they have to try to guess their number. Let's practice. Miss Allen. Salute. Now, salute. Okay, and then Miss McKee, I'm the sum master, so I'm going to stand up, and I have to add the add-ins together. The sum is 11. My add-in is 3.
I think my add-in is 8. So I'm going to look and see. Yay!
They
Nice
both
job.
guessed it correctly, so they both get to keep their card. Okay, now that I was sum master, we're going to take turns, and either Miss Gosnell could go next or Miss Allen. It doesn't matter, but we'll just go around like this. Miss Allen's going to be sub master, and we will be the 2 people who salute.
And it's important to remember that when you are the sum master, that you don't say the card numbers out loud, because that's the job of the other two participants to guess their number. So you just add them together the best that you can and say what the sum is. So I'm going to tell the two ladies, salute. And notice how they pick them up so that they could not see them, and they show them to me, and I add them up. Your sum is 9. My add-in is 8.
My add-in must be 1.
So you may look at them. Yes,
We got it right.
Good.
Good.
Right. Yeah, good.
Now,
I will be the sum master, and I will tell Mrs. Allen and Mrs. McKee to salute. Your sum is 6.
my card, my add-in is a 2.
Mine is a 3.
Check it, but you were so close. You were so close.
Okay, so I have to put mine back, right?
Put yours at the bottom. Mrs. McKee gets to keep her card.
And that's okay. Now I'll remember 4 plus 2
Now
is
you'll
6.
remember, yes.
Okay.
And then again, we're back to our second round where I will be the person who will be the sum master, and I will tell my friends to salute.
I hope I get it right this time.
The sum is 10.
I must have a 1.
That means I have 9. 9 plus 1 is 10.
Yay.
Good job. Get your card.
Yay.
And then we would continue the game, taking turns just like this and helping each other also if we're not getting the correct sum or the correct add-in.
And we can.
Right, after watching the video, I hope you see how much fun this game can be. Remember, all you would need would be a deck of cards, and each of you should have those from your at-home math game kit. So please, please, please try to practice and play Salute because it's so much fun. We are almost ready to wrap up, but before I do wrap up, I have a little math video for you because how many of you forgot math during the summer? So this is a cute little catchy video that I thought was fun that I wanted to share with you. So let's go ahead and watch and listen.
This is a story about what happened when I came back to school after summer vacation. It was right after summer break, and Teach was surely sad, 'cause we didn't know any math and things were really bad. We'd forgotten all the cool things we learned in last year's class. Everything was forgotten, especially our math. Summer, summer, summer break is so much summer fun. I forgot all my math somewhere in the sun. Summer, summer, summer break, we ran around with glee. But I forgot all my math my teachers taught to me. I forgot how to count. I forgot how to add. I forgot take away. And I know it's really bad. I forgot everything my teachers taught to me. I forgot the sum of 3 and 3. Summer, summer, summer break is so much summer fun. I forgot all my math somewhere in the sun. Summer, summer, summer break, we ran around with glee. But I forgot all my math my teachers taught to me. I forgot what a 4 looks like, and also what's a 3. I forgot all my other math like geometry. I forgot about circles, triangles, squares. I forgot about tens frames and adding sets of pairs. Summer, summer, summer break is so much summer fun. I forgot all my math somewhere in the sun. Summer, summer, summer break, we ran around with glee. But I forgot all my math my teachers taught to me. I forgot what's greater or less than or equal. I forgot about 0, the first one or its sequel. I forgot about 10. I forgot about 20. I forgot about coins and all about money. Summer, summer, summer break is so much summer fun. I forgot all my math somewhere in the sun. Summer break, we ran around with glee. But I forgot all my math my teachers taught to me. I forgot about 1. I forgot about 5. I forgot how to measure things like length and widths of sides. I forgot who weighs more, my pet cat or me. I forgot skip counting by 2, 4, or 3. Summer break is so much summer fun. I forgot all my math somewhere in the sun. Summer break, we ran around with glee. But I forgot all my math my teachers taught to me. I forgot about time, like how to read a clock. Hours, minutes, seconds, our teacher was in shock. I forgot almost all the math I ever learned in school. I think I must have lost it in the swimming pool. Summer break is so much summer fun. I forgot all my math somewhere in the sun. Summer break, we ran around with glee. But I forgot all my math my teachers taught to me. But now that summer's over, I better break this haze. Summer fun is done with, replaced by long school days. Yes, I better learn my best math. I better learn it soon, before I forget my math again sometime late next June. Summer break is so much summer fun. I forgot all my math somewhere in the sun. Summer break, we ran around with glee. But I forgot all my math my teachers taught to me. Well, I hope your students didn't forget as much as mine seem to have forgotten over summer break. Check out the lesson plan link in the video description to see.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that cute little video because, let's face it, how many of you really worked on your math over the summer? I hope you did, but if not, you're going to be working on it this school year. So I thought that was a fun video. In conclusion from today's lesson, today we talked about sum, add-ins, and difference. So hopefully those 3 vocabulary words, you can remember those as we go forward because those are three very important second grade words. Remember, you can practice what you learned today by playing math games at home. You can use your at-home math game kit. You can also play many fun math games on your Connect Ed using your username and password. I always love getting onto the Connect Ed and playing my everyday math games. Also, don't forget there's math all around us. All right, boys and girls, you did a great job today. I'm excited for our next lesson in the future. Play salute and practice your math. Thank you.